Since videos of handmade quadcopters screaming through the forest captured the hearts of thousands of people in the mid-2010s, sharing your experience, the emotion of FPV flight in video form is something we all wanted to do. Then in 2015, everything changed. The FPV community was gifted something that I think we took for granted. In today's FPV climate, while everybody's chasing the best image quality, the best stabilization, the newest tech, I think there's one camera that really deserves its roses. I, like many of you, started my FPV channel in a field with whatever I could get my hands on. The year was 2017, and although I had been flying drones in real life for just a little bit after moving off of the simulator, I hadn't yet bought an action camera. In fact, a Hero 5 Session was like $300 at the time, and the Hero 5 Session was the industry standard for FPV at that time. These were perfect for FPV. They were tough, they were small, they didn't have a big screen that could get cracked. They shot in 1080p at 60 frames per second and 4K at 30, and let's not forget about, that's right, SuperView. When GoPros had started, they were just these cheap plastic boxes that would implode if you even looked at them wrong. When the Session 4 released in July of 2015, FPV pilots everywhere began flocking to Best Buys in order to get them. The general action cam enthusiast community weren't really receptive of them, but we knew there was something there. Every FPV pilot couldn't wait to get one of these home and strap it to their drone with a little bit of foam and some Velcro. Let me paint a picture for you. There I was in February of 2018. I had a QAV 180. I had this cheap, crappy action camera called a Polaroid Cube. I bought it for $30 at a garage sale, and when I got home and reviewed the footage, I could see why. How could a camera that seemed so perfect for FPV just have the worst image you could think of? I mean, the videos I posted from that time using that camera, if you were to watch them today, you would laugh at them. It didn't take me long to realize I would need something better if I wanted to do this whole YouTube thing. I got this other camera called a Hawkeye Firefly 2. Some of you may have remembered it. It had video quality that could only rival a calculator. Finally, I knew the time had come. I needed to bite the bullet. I saved up some money, I went to Walmart, and I bought the last Hero Session that they had. Fast forward a few years and it still feels like 2018 to 2019 were the golden years of FPV videos. And we took these GoPros for granted. We were on top of the world, even higher. I mean, we were drunk on ignorance. We were thinking to ourselves, the Session 6 is gonna be even better. I mean, maybe we'll get 4K 60, maybe we'll get super view. But how naive we were. The Session 4 was initially not a fan favorite of general action cam enthusiasts. The Hero 4 Session was discontinued almost as quickly as FPV pilots were pulling them off the shelves. Now the Session 5, this was truly supposed to be the chosen one. It was the camera to bring balance to the drones. It was a way into the future for all FPV pilots. The perfect form factor, everything we needed. But then in late 2018, GoPro made the call. Facing financial stress and wanting to streamline their products, they discontinued the Hero 5 Session. And just like that, the camera that was perfect for what we did, it was gone. The only silver lining is that when they announced the discontinuation, they dropped the price, and that was one of the main things that convinced me to go finally buy one in the first place. FPV pilots were now on a finite supply of these cameras, and supply is running low. Recently, I just bought this one on Facebook Marketplace. I feel very lucky. It's brand new condition, and I only paid $80 for it. I needed to buy it to replace my old one, and yes, it's pink. This one was given to me by Waldo FPV, and unfortunately, it's no longer with us. One less Hero 5 Session in the world. DJI, Insta360, and GoPro all have their fingers in the FPV cookie jar, but it seems every time they reach in, they retract just as quickly and leave us with crumbs of what could be. The Action 2, released by DJI, is arguably one of the best FPV cameras released in recent years, but comparatively speaking, it overheated too quickly. The memory storage, the durability, It just wasn't there. In fact, DJI discontinued the Action 2 form factor in the following generation. To get a new DJI Action camera today is going to cost you more than this did when it was brand new, and then some. Insta360 has a whole line of their Go cameras, and they're great, but battery life issues and being made of plastic, they're more for like cinematic flying than they are for extreme freestyle flight. And I mean, the cost of those cameras, still more than one of these. GoPro has even attempted to make another FPV camera, but the Hero Bones would overheat quickly, it wasn't durable, and it had to be wired into your drone, not to mention it wasn't waterproof. The Black Mini was a solid attempt at an FPV camera, but it was really heavy and the lens was still offset from the center. I mean, it just seems like what made this camera so special has been lost to time. GoPro's latest offering, the Hero 4K, it just feels like such an airball. I mean, it shoots in 4K, but at 30 frames per second, this camera did that 7 years ago. The stabilization that all FPV pilots have become accustomed to inside their cameras isn't in the Hero 4K. You have to use GyroFlow or another software in order to stabilize your footage, and that's not a workflow that all pilots want to do. And finally, the shape isn't optimized for drone flight. I mean, the lens is still offset from the center. Where's this rugged tank of a box form factor? And that brings me to the end of my story. Our story. A story that, like many of you, started in a field with a cheap, crappy camera or grainy DVR video. A story of saving up and finally buying a GoPro and feeling that magic. Now GoPro, I'm talking to you. You have in your pocket the key to the FPV community's hearts. This video, this love letter to the Session 5 is just the foreword. You could write the rest of the story. The rest of that story could be the camera we expected to see from you 7 years ago. Let's strip away all the marketing lingo, the business suits. Let's forget all the missed opportunities to recapture this lightning in a bottle. Give us a Session 6. It might be a tiny bit bigger, it might be a bit more expensive, it might even be pink. But let's look at the return on your investment. How many FPV pilots have purchased your cameras just to disassemble and re-engineer them into something that works for them? Look at how many FPV drone clips are in your yearly showreel videos. Show these other companies like DJI and Insta360, these companies that want to get into the FPV marketplace, why you were the first ones to do it. The Session 6 could be your love letter to FPV pilots. Show us how extreme you really are. Well, that's going to do it for this video. Yeah, I just wanted to talk about this camera since I picked one up yesterday. Thank you for taking this trip down memory lane with me, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
We're sorry. You have reached...
Try again.
Give me bass, do 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 bass. Give me bass, do 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 bass. Give me bass, do 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 bass. Give me bass, do bass, do bass, do bass, do bass, do bass, do bass. Give me bass, 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 bass. Give me bass, 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 bass.